Hi, and welcome back to Blue's Garden. Anyone who grows zucchini knows what this week is like here at my garden. When you grow zucchini, one minute you're staring at the plant, wondering when are those tiny, tiny little fruits gonna do something, and the next minute you got tons of huge zucchini that you're harvesting every single day. So, a big part of this week is what am I doing with all the zucchini? I'm gonna harvest a bunch. I'm going to um, roast some, made them like zucchini fries. I shredded some so that can become zucchini bread. And then something new for me I tried. I actually made a zucchini soup, which I froze. I'm not going to eat it now. It's a little on the toasty side outside for soup for me. But used onion from the garden, used zucchini and golden zucchini from the garden, used some dehydrated pepper from last year's garden. I harvested a bunch of little habanero and then dehydrated them and ground that up into pepper, which I used to spice certain things. So I added that into the soup. And I used a big handful of basil. So it's basically a zucchini basil soup, which came out fantastic. I tasted a little bit of it, and then the rest I froze because we'll have that in the fall in cooler weather. I got a lot of zucchini going on. We actually had some fresh pasta tonight, and that my wife had picked up at a local store, and then she added in some diced zucchini and some of the cherry tomatoes from the garden, and that came out great too. So, it's zucchini time. As well, I got into a few other little things. Let's take a look. This guy is about the size of my arm. This one, my forearm. Huge green zucchini. Um, Probably just a couple days after the normal size. There it is, about the size of my forearm. Not quite as fat, but I've got a bunch of golden zucchini coming in, which I picked a couple of. I've got this one. These are all the golden zucchini. There I am, just grabbing a couple of the golden zucchini. Um, this is the time of year when you're getting a lot of them. Just a ton of zucchini every single day you're harvesting. That is a crookneck squash that is growing. These are two Black Beauty green zucchini. I am trimming some of the lower leaves that are starting to die off, get some better airflow down below, nice and low. I'll just grab that stuff and walk it down into the compost bin. And, everything that I don't use in the garden, I will toss in there. So, one crookneck, couple of golden zucchini, and some Black Beauty regular green zucchini. It's time to make some zucchini soup. This is the zucchini basil soup. Fresh harvested basil, freshly harvested zucchini, and then I made a soup out of it. As I mentioned, a little spice from my habanero that I dehydrated. Zucchini soup. Out of the garden, a yellow onion that is going to end up, I will dice it up. A yellow onion. Most of the big ingredients certainly came out of the garden, but diced onion, about one medium-sized onion. I will also it calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but there's no such thing as too much garlic. So I actually do 3 cloves. I smash it with, you see there, with the flat of my knife, and then that makes it easier to peel. And then I am going to just dice that up nice and small, the garlic. The garlic and the onion will go into a pan with some canola oil. You can use any neutral oil. So heat this up, the garlic and onion. I will let them start to brown, sweat out a little, brown a little bit. And then in the meantime, I'm going to chop up the zucchini. None of them had big seeds, so I didn't have to worry about that. and just a nice, decent sized chunk. Not too big, not too big, small. It's going to end up getting pureed anyway. I'm going to use the immersion blender. So I wanted about 3 or 4 cups. Whatever amount, if you do 3 cups, then do 3 cups of liquid. If you got about 4 cups, do 4 cups of liquid, and that's going to be a vegetable broth. I did a rough chop to give myself about a half a cup of chopped garlic after it's chopped, chopped basil after it's cut up. So the onion and garlic have browned. I will now add in the 4 cups. This is a lot closer to 4 cups of zucchini, golden zucchini and green zucchini. I will add in it says about it says about a teaspoon, of some salt. I use pink sea salt, just salt and pepper to taste. It asks for some red pepper flakes. I have this dehydrated pepper flake from my habanero last summer, so I did a half a teaspoon of the habanero flakes in there, stir it up, and then you want 5 minutes to let this sweat down. Gets a little bit mushy. You want the zucchini to get a little mushy. Stir every once in a while so that everybody gets a chance to get in the pool there. Next up is, as I mentioned, whatever amount of zucchini, you're going to add an equal amount of some liquid. So it calls for 3 cups and 3 cups. I'm doing 4 cups and 4 cups of the broth. This is a vegetable broth. I have a no salt added one that I use. And then my half cup of the chopped basil. Let that go another 5 minutes. This goes about 20 minutes. Cooks down. About 20 minutes on that. The basil, zucchini, onions, garlic, and pepper as vegetable broth. My camera battery died. I didn't get a chance to shoot the immersion blender, but immersion blender, all the ingredients so you get a creamy texture. I actually went out and harvested a bunch of the herbs. Now, some of them were starting to bolt, so I figured I better cut them now before they get bitter. Harvested a bunch of herbs, kept a lot of fresh basil, but I also harvested a bunch that were oregano and thyme that were starting just at that stage where they're just about to bolt, so harvested them and dehydrated them. Let's take a look at that. Here's the thing. My herbs really started to bolt, so it was very hot for a week or so. So I'm going to get out there and cut as much as I can down, trim it all back. I've got more herbs growing indoors, so for now I'm grabbing thyme and oregano and basil. Now the basil that I will cut here, I actually ended up using for that zucchini soup. But the thyme and oregano, there's 3 in there, thyme, oregano, and basil. Thyme and oregano, I'm going to strip off. Those are both kind of a woody stem. Hold the stem, pull against the grain, and you can pull the leaves off easily. Just try not to get any of the flowers from when they bolt. But I get all the leaves I can. Hold the woody stem, pull your fingers back along, pinch off all the leaves. The basil, you'll see the flowers up on top, so I'm just saving the leaves again. Hold the stem, drag your fingers to pull the leaves off. That basil ended up going in the zucchini soup, basil zucchini soup. So the oregano and the thyme both end up going, again, it's a woody stem, so hold that and pull against the grain and you pull the leaves off. I do this every 3 weeks anyway, whether it's bolting or not, and harvest all the leaves, and because I go through a lot of dried herbs in my cooking. I'll use fresh when I can, but I also take the herbs and I dry them. So here they are, oregano and basil, 130 degrees at 8 hours. Sorry, when I say oregano and thyme, 8 hours, 130 degrees in the dehydrator. They come out and they are crinkly dry. I will strip out whatever stems I can, and the rest I will grind up with my fingers, crush up with my fingers, and put into my spice blend that I use all the time. It's got oregano, parsley, thyme. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you very much. As you know, YouTube is really emphasizing the short form video, which makes anybody creating any kind of content longer than 90 seconds de-emphasized. This is 100% real, me, not AI generated. So if you wouldn't mind, it would be really helpful if you could please click like, share, subscribe too. That really helps. Comment below. Thanks for watching. That helps me grow, and that helps you grow. Thank you very much for subscribing. Please like, share.